Before I died, all the court officials and princesses were kneeling and kowtowing to see me off, except for my husband, Pei Yunhei. His consort, Xu Fei, had lost her kitten and was crying her heart out. As the ruler of the nation, she personally went to look for the cat for the one she loved. They found the cat, but it was hurt. In the last moment before I passed, Pei Yunhei was still there, watching the imperial doctor treat the cat's wounds, and he just whispered 2 words to me. "You've always been a good wife and queen. If there's a next life, I'd still choose you. You can rest easy. I'll personally handle your funeral." The noble consort Kui Luoyao, who's been battling me her whole life, sneered at me with contempt, saying, "You're too soft-hearted. If that's the case, don't be queen anymore. I'll take the throne." I never thought her words would come true. When I opened my eyes, we were back on the day Pei Yunhei was choosing the crown princess. The Empress's loving gaze was on me as she asked for Pei Yunhei's opinion, but instead, I pushed Kui Luoyao out. "Your Highness, Miss Kui from the Kui family is way more suitable to be the crown princess." The Empress was a bit hesitant because Kui Luoyao comes from a military family and has a pretty strong personality. But my Zhang family has been known for generations for being gentle, and my daughter is super obedient. Compared to Kui Luoyao, I'm easier to handle. But Pei Yun doesn't care at all. He's so indifferent, like whoever becomes crown princess is fine with him. Yeah, not everyone can become the official wife when you can't be with the one you truly love, right? Pei Yunhei's true love is Liu Mengyun, who was actually the imperial concubine Xu in her past life. She used to sell wine, and back when Pei Yunhei had amnesia as a kid, Liu Mengyun drank with him a few times. Because of that, he saw her as his salvation and loved her deeply, like his life depended on it. Unfortunately, Liu Mengyun's low status meant the emperor and empress wouldn't agree to make her the crown princess, so Pei Yunhei had no choice but to compromise. Following the emperor and empress's arrangement, we married into the Kui and Zhang families. When the empress saw Pei Yunhei agree, she didn't say much more. She turned to me and Kui Luoyao, just like in the past, reminding us, "You two better sort things out. General Kui and Prime Minister Zhang are pillars of the court. The Kui and Zhang families can't let a marriage cause any rift." I understand the empress's worries. Ever since we were kids, Kui Luoyao and I both liked Pei Yunhei. Though our upbringing kept us from clashing openly, behind the scenes we were constantly at odds. The empress nodded with satisfaction and said, "I'll have Li start preparing the marriage proposal. In 3 days, the crown prince will personally come to bring you both into the Eastern Palace." I didn't refuse because I knew very well that for the Jiang family to secure their position, they had to side with the crown prince. Kui Luoyao understood this too, which is why she was so proud. She was someone who would never settle for being a concubine. In my past life, I chose to compromise and became the crown prince's side consort. Although both of us liked Pei Yunhei, before that we were the eldest legitimate daughters of our families. Compared to our families, Pei Yunhei was only second in line. Just as Kui Luoyao and I were about to leave after agreeing to the empress's orders, Pei Yunhei suddenly made a request. "Mother, in 3 days, I plan to marry Meng Yun as well. The empress knows how to avoid conflicts. The crown princess is already decided, so matters regarding the consort should be left to Luoyao. Kui Luoyao is different from me. She's straightforward. Even though in her past life she played some little sick act tricks, whenever Pei Yunhei asked, she just admitted honestly. Plus, she's not one to shirk responsibility. If it's within her rights, she'll use it without hesitation." As soon as the queen finished speaking, she asked Pei Yunhei, "It's fine that your highness wants to marry Miss Liu, but what's the reason?" Pei Yunhei didn't hesitate and said, "Of course, to make her a consort." After I was appointed crown princess in my past life, Pei Yunhei brought this up too. Since it was the first time she made such a request, I didn't want to disappoint her, so I agreed. Back then, we both thought Pei Yunhei wanted to marry Liu Mengyun out of gratitude. We had no idea she cared so deeply about her, nor did we know Liu Mengyun was insanely jealous, stirring up so much rivalry that she chilled everyone's hearts in the entire harem. Kui Luoyao was one of those hardworking people too. After being reborn, she definitely wouldn't let something like that happen again. She firmly refused, saying, "Ning Jin is the daughter of Zhang Ali and only a secondary consort. With Liu's background, if she's treated as an equal to Ning Jin, not only would people laugh at us, but it would also upset the Zhang family." Pei Yunhei was taken aback. Kui Luoyao was known for being fierce, but she had always been gentle with him. Yet now that she had become the crown princess, she'd changed. Pei Yunhei naturally saw her as someone greedy for wealth and status. He couldn't help but frown and sneer. "Yao, you're way too petty. From my point of view, a general's daughter just isn't thoughtful or generous enough. The position of the main wife suits someone from the Yuan family better." "A Jin, what do you think?" That's just how Pei Yunhei is. He doesn't care who loves him. or whether what we do makes sense. All he wants is someone obedient, who can put up with Liu Mengyun and also tolerate his wild behavior. When I looked up, I caught Pei Yunhei's expectant gaze. I understood what he meant. He wanted me to snatch the crown princess position myself so that even if others criticized, it would be aimed at me. But this time, I didn't play along like usual. Instead, I respectfully lowered my eyes and politely declined, saying, "Your Highness's kindness is deeply appreciated and will be remembered. But Miss Kui's words and actions are all proper and above board. No one can find fault with her, and I sincerely admire and accept that. There's absolutely no reason for me to fight over it." Pei Yunhei trembled all over, his face flushed with anger, but he was left speechless. The Empress waved her hand weakly and said, "All right, I don't care who's the main consort or the side consort. Figure it out yourselves. I only have one condition. The Crown Prince must marry into the Kui and Zhang families." After leaving the Empress's chambers, neither Kui Luoyao nor I paid any attention to Pei Yunhei. We each went home separately. But she stopped my carriage at the palace gate, trying to persuade me to keep fighting for the Crown Princess title. He was probably too impatient to bother with formalities. With a long stride, he jumped right in. I quickly got down from the carriage, lowering my head and looking humble. "Your Highness, men and women shouldn't be too close. If you have something to say, just say it plainly." Pei Yunhei was holding up the carriage curtain, his brows nearly furrowed into a knot. "Jin, what's wrong with you today? In the past, whether I was sick or hurt, you always took care of me personally. How come you've become so distant now?" "Yeah, everyone knows how good I am to Pei Yunhei. Since we were kids, I've stuck by him without a single complaint. He's always been frail and sickly, so even when I was little, I started learning some medicine from the imperial doctors to take care of him. Later, when the three sons fought for the throne, he was targeted in countless assassination attempts. Whether he had minor or serious injuries, I was always there by his side, never leaving him alone. Mom worried about my reputation and warned me many times, but in my heart, reputation could never be more important than her safety. She always shook her head helplessly, saying I was stubborn and that even if Pei Yunhei killed me, my soul probably wouldn't want to leave her. I used to think that way too, until the disappointments from my past life piled up to the breaking point. That's when I realized, no matter how deeply you love someone, you can still let go. Your Highness, before, I was careless and ruined your reputation. Now that I understand, I know I should avoid danger and look out for you." Pei Yunhei felt a sharp pain in his eyes and wanted to say something more, but his personal guard hurried over and whispered, "Your Highness, it's bad. Miss Liu heard about today's incident and, in a fit of anger, stopped Miss Kui's carriage and even said some provocative things. Miss Kui was furious and was about to punish her when Pei Yunhei, boiling with rage, blurted out, 'How dare you? I thought you were talking about Liu Mengyun.' But I didn't expect the very next sentence to show just how blatantly biased they were. Kui Luoyao comes from a respected family. How could they punish someone just over a few words? It's so spoiled and arrogant, totally useless. It was the same in my past life. No matter who was at fault, Pei Yunhei would always side with Liu Mengyun without question. I couldn't help but feel sorry for Kui Luoyao and for my past self. Because I cared so much, I suddenly changed my mind. Since we already know it's a trap, why should we both jump in head first? Watching Pei Yunhei walk away, I told my close aide to bring my father and General Kuei over. Liu Mengyun isn't stupid. He stopped Kui Luoyao in a quiet, rarely visited alley so no one else could see. When I arrived, Liu Mengyun was sitting on the muddy ground, burying her head in Pei Yunhei's arms, crying her heart out. Kui Luoyao was holding a leather whip, sitting high on his horse, looking down at the two like some kind of judge. With disdain all around, with Pei Yunhei present, Liu Mengyun still looked harmless like that madam. He took a breath and said, "Your Highness, the guards must have misunderstood. I didn't provoke Miss Kui. I stopped him because I just wanted to ask for a chance to be with Your Highness. Your Highness also knows my father is very vain. He said if I can't become the Crown Prince's concubine, it's better to marry a wealthy merchant as a proper wife. If Miss Kui doesn't agree, then Mengyun will have to painfully part ways with Your Highness." Pei Yunhei looked full of sorrow and, ignoring everyone else, kissed Liu Mengyun's forehead. "No way. I would never leave you, and I'd never let anyone bully you." When Kui Luoyao heard Pei Yunhei's words, she couldn't help but sneer coldly. "Since you got here, Your Highness, you haven't even asked what really happened. How can you be so sure that I'm the one bullying him?" Pei Yunhei scoffed. "Fine, then tell me." Hearing that, Pei Yunhei still had a bit of reason left, so Kui Luoyao's expression softened a little. "Your Highness, this Liu Shu stopped my carriage and kept pressuring me, saying that Your Highness only loves him, and that Ning Jin and I are just shameless gold diggers. He even said sooner or later he'd replace us. What nonsense is Kui Luoyao talking?" Because of the fallout, Pei Yunhei cut him off. Mengyun would never say something like that. I've known him for years and understand him best. He's never been one to crave fame or status, nor someone who talks big. I think you're just jealous and trying to stir up trouble between me and Meng Yun. In the past, because of my patience and tolerance, Liu Mengyun's life was pretty good, so things were never this tense. Just some small tricks to compete for favor. Of course, Kui Luoyao never realized Pei Yunhei couldn't tell right from wrong. He stood there stunned, not knowing how to respond. Seeing the situation, I stepped forward and said, "Your Highness, Luoyao was personally raised by General Kui. Everyone knows what kind of person General Kui is. What Luoyao said can't be a lie or slander. We all understand that Your Highness favors Miss Liu, but there's really no need to label Luoyao as a homewrecker." But Pei Yunhei was still angry at the time. Feeling sorry and crying like that, how could Liu Mengyun listen to you? His face darkened even more, and he cursed Jiang Hu along with it. "Jiang Ningjin, don't act all perfect. You've always been at odds with Kui Luoyao, and now you're speaking up for her just because you're jealous that Mengyun has the princess's favor, right? I originally thought you were sensible and fit to be the crown princess, but now it seems you're just as narrow-minded as Kui Luoyao and totally unworthy of the position. I'm not angry or upset. I'm calm. So His Highness believes only Liu Mengyun deserves to be the crown princess, right?" Pei Yunhei snorted coldly. "Of course. If it weren't for the Emperor and Empress forcing me to be with Meng Yun for life, how could I have married you two against my will? Remember this, if you ever make Meng Yun cry again, I won't let you off." With that, Pei Yunhei picked up Liu Mengyun and left without looking back. General Kui has the hot temper of a warrior, always all fired up. My dad, on the other hand, is much more calm and steady. He warned, "Brother Kui, watch your words. We've already agreed to this marriage alliance. Backing out now would be like betraying the king." General Kui, furious, snapped, "Brother Jiang, you really have a big heart. You just saw how fake Lady Liu was acting. In the future, he's definitely going to try to frame our daughter. Are you really willing to let her suffer like that?" My dad patted General Kui on the shoulder to calm him down. "Brother Kui, don't rush. I care about you just as much as you do, but betraying the Emperor is a serious crime. We need to come up with a solution that works for everyone." General Kui and Kui Luoyao said in unison. "What kind of solution? I've been personally taught by my father since I was a kid. I know his thoughts inside and out." The moment he moved his eyebrows, I knew what he was thinking. So I spoke up for him, saying, "Luoyao, don't we both have a troublesome little sister? Those two have been scheming since they were kids. Taking on the Lius would be a piece of cake. My mother died early, and my sister was born to my stepmother. On paper, she's still a legitimate daughter, so marrying her off wouldn't disgrace the royal family. The real problem is that my sister, desperate to climb the social ladder, has been scheming against me non-stop, making a mess of the entire household. My dad was really stressed out about this. If she could marry in her place, not only would I be protected, but it would also fulfill her wish. Maybe it would even bring some peace to the family. As for Kui Luoyao's sister, she's their biological daughter, but she's pretty scheming and has done a lot of bad things. The Kui couple never liked her, and just wanted to get her married off as soon as possible. Unfortunately, her bad reputation scared everyone away, and no one dared to marry her." After hearing what I said, General Kui's eyes lit up. The assistant commander said, "Good idea. The Emperor and Empress only said our two families must marry our daughters into the Eastern Palace. They didn't specify which one, so it's not like we're abandoning the prince." But Kui Luoyao still looked a bit worried. "It's a good plan, but neither of our girls would be willing to bow down to anyone else. So who's going to be the main wife then?" The three of them looked at me, waiting for me to decide. I smiled calmly and said, "Since no one's willing to back down, why not all be concubines? The main wife spot goes to Lady Liu. Whether she can hold that position depends on her own abilities." After making the decision, the two fathers went home to get ready, and I went with Kui Luoyao to the Crown Prince's residence. Pei Yunhei was overjoyed to hear we came to apologize. Not wanting to hear his flowery praise, I cut in, "Your Highness, after all this, we both understand the place Miss Liu holds in your heart." "So the daughters of the Kui and Jiang families are willing to become concubines?" Pei Yunhei was taken aback. Ban Shang finally snapped out of it, hardly believing it. "Really?" I nodded firmly. "But since it concerns the family's reputation, we ask Your Highness to grant us one favor." Pei Yunhei quickly said, "Go ahead, say it." "If they're becoming concubines, don't go through the formal rites with the Ministry of Rites. That way no one will mock us. 3 days from now, Your Highness can come directly to fetch the bride. The marriage documents can be exchanged during the ceremony." Pei Yunhei didn't hesitate and agreed firmly. 3 mornings later, Kui Luoyao and I stood side by side on the street and saw Pei Yunhei leading 3 decorated bridal sedan chairs, smiling as he headed toward the East Palace. Kui Luoyao stared intently at Pei Yunhei's back and asked curiously, "Do you think the Crown Prince and Lady Liu will really be happy with all this?" Just as she finished speaking, Dark clouds suddenly rolled in, and big raindrops started falling without any warning. I opened my oil paper umbrella and smiled softly. Luo Yao, the weather's changing. She linked her arm with mine, and the two of us squeezed under the small umbrella, strangely feeling comforted. Kui Luo Yao smiled and said, "Ah, Jin. Do you still remember the first time we shared an umbrella in our past life?" I nodded, calmly recalling it. Of course I remember. It was the second month after I married into the Eastern Palace. The Crown Prince stayed overnight in my room, and you, trying to win favor, ran out into the heavy rain and soaked yourself all night, hoping to use your cold to take him away from me. After the palace maid told me, I went out to find you. I held the umbrella for you, and you even called me fake and hypocritical. Kui Luo Yao scratched her head awkwardly and said, "Back then I was crazy, thinking that since we grew up as equals, why should you be the main wife?" I saw raindrops fall on her shoulder and tilted the umbrella a bit more toward her. Kui Luo Yao looked at the tilted umbrella and suddenly felt choked up. "Jin, that time you lost half your body for me, just like today, but I never noticed. I didn't hold back or ease up, I just kept fighting you all my life. Thinking back now, I was really stupid." She couldn't help but laugh out loud. "If I told you the truth, you'd probably think you're even dumber. Want to hear it?" Without hesitation, Kui Luo Yao nodded and said casually, "We've both been idiots our whole lives, so what's there to be afraid of?" That's when I finally spoke up. "Actually, the prince didn't stay overnight in my room that day. You got the wrong person and even cried at the wrong grave." I never told Kui Luo Yao about this because I promised Pei Yunhe and Liu Mengyun that the two of us would enter together. But Pei Yunhe was worried that if he spoiled him too much, it would bring trouble, so he begged me to be their shield. Everyone thought he stayed in my room every night, but little did they know he always left through the back window to be with Liu Mengyun. The reason I was willing to help him was because of love, but also to secure my own position and be a strong support for the family. So I chose to keep quiet and swallow my pride. I used to hope that Pei Yunhe would notice me, turn back, and see me for who I am. But in the end, it was all just a pipe dream. Even on his deathbed, he never came to see me, just sent a careless message saying, "You're doing fine." When Kui Luo Yao heard what I said, her back stiffened and her eyes instantly welled up with tears. Her throat clenched for a long moment before she hoarsely whispered, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." I calmly comforted her. "Yao, you don't have to say sorry. If you can stay with me until the very end, I already know you never truly hated me." Kui Luo Yao wiped her eyes and smiled brightly once again. "Let the past be the past," Jin asked calmly, watching the rain slowly stop. "So, what are your plans now?" "Yesterday, my dad introduced me to someone. I think he's pretty nice, so I'm planning to get married," Kui Luo Yao said, eyes wide with surprise. "Those two old men must have planned this together, huh?" "Yesterday, my dad introduced me to someone, the little grandson of the Duke of Qin. He's a decent guy, but I wasn't sure about him. Then to my surprise, my dad actually chose the Duke's eldest grandson for me. Looks like they had this all planned out." Kui Luo and Yao Wenyan immediately lit up, grinning from ear to ear. "So, does this mean we're officially engaged? Great. Since you agreed to marry me, I'm in too. It's nice to have someone by my side." We didn't waste any time. Right then and there, we both went home and sealed the deal. To avoid any delays or second thoughts, we exchanged marriage contracts with the Duke's household that very day. At night, the three household managers were eating together at the Duke's mansion when the steward suddenly stumbled in out of breath and shouted, "Everyone, the Crown Prince is here." If you think about it, Pei Yunhe should be in the bridal chamber with Liu Mengyun right now. The reason I say that is because, in my past life, Pei Yunhe didn't even bother to lift the bridal veil for me and Kui Luo Yao. I couldn't wait and rushed into Liu Mengyun's room. The two of us spent the whole night alone in the empty room. It wasn't until dawn that Pei Yunhe finally gave me a casual explanation. He said he got drunk, wandered into a random room, and then just fell asleep. Of course, I didn't believe him, but I chose to play dumb and didn't call him out. I even helped him fool Kui Luo Yao. Maybe because of that, Pei Yunhe was sure I was a pushover and kept making me his scapegoat. This time, something must have gone wrong because he showed up early to meet the bride, realized the trusted person had been switched, and while he was still trying to figure things out, he already stepped into the main hall. Behind him were the three women he'd just married. He glared at me and Kui Luo Yao, fuming, and asked, "You two really have guts, letting someone else bring the bride." Luckily, Gu found out in time and switched her back. "You two's younger sisters. Gu doesn't like having two younger sisters, afraid the duck she's got will fly away." They both said at once, "The marriage contract's been exchanged and the sweets shared. That means it's done." Pei Yunhe sneered with contempt. "Do you really think your sister is sincerely helping you? They're just messing with Gu out of spite." "To be honest, you two are just bait." bait meant to make the lady regret. Second Miss Kui Luowan, glared at Kui Luoyao with anger, gritting her teeth. Big sister, do you really think that way? My sister snapped angrily. Sis, if you're using me, I won't let it go easily. Seeing they didn't get it, Kui Luoyao jumped up, ready to curse, but I grabbed her, pulling the two younger sisters aside and said seriously, Luoyao and I don't really like you guys, but in the end, we're still sisters. When one prospers, we all prosper. When one suffers, we all suffer. So we're not joking around with you. Seeing the two of them still half in doubt, I took out the marriage certificate. This is the marriage contract between us and the Qin Duke's family. If we really wanted to test you, the Crown Prince, why would we agree to marry someone else? The two of them looked at each other, half convinced. Jiangning then asked, Sister, are you really willing to help us? I nodded without hesitation. Not only will the Jiangfu and Jiangjun household support you, but they'll also protect you for life. But you have to promise me one thing first. The two of them nodded without hesitation. I lowered my voice again and said, No infighting. You only have one goal, Jiangning. Jiangning was the first to respond. Liu Mengyun. I nodded in approval. The Crown Prince really loves him. As long as he's around, none of you will have it easy. But if he's gone, or loses the army's loyalty, with your family backgrounds, do you think the Crown Prince won't treat you well? Only then did the two of them realize what I meant. Jiangning patted his chest and said, Got it, don't worry. A little sly fox like her is nothing to us. The key is, you've got to figure out how to keep us in the Eastern Palace first. I patted her shoulder and said, No need to worry, we've got it all planned. Then Aunt Pei Yunhei, who was getting impatient, urged, Al-Jin, are you done talking? All right, let's go with Aunt. I stood up, shielding my two younger sisters behind me, and calmly spoke. The prince and the empress only said that the Zhang and Kui families must marry into the Eastern Palace. They didn't specify who exactly. Ning Yi and Luo Wan are also legitimate daughters, so the prince isn't at a loss. Besides, both Ayao and I told the prince that our family's daughters are willing to be concubines, but we never said it had to be us. Your Highness must have misunderstood. Pei Yunhei's back stiffened as he carefully recalled. It really was, as I said. For a moment, he didn't know how to respond, but the humiliation of being played with left him unwilling to let it go. He gritted his teeth and said, Just consider it a misunderstanding, Your Highness. But since this is an order from the prince, you must have them switched back. Before he could reply, Duke Qin behind him couldn't hold back. Your Highness, are you trying to snatch away this old minister's daughter-in-law? Duke Qin was a loyal minister who had served 3 generations. The highly respected and honorable elder, even the current emperor would show him some deference. Pei Yunhei naturally didn't dare to go against him and respectfully cupped his fists. Duke, did I hear? Your Highness, these are the marriage contracts between us and the two Mrs. Jiang and Kui. Please take a look. Pei Yunhei trembled all over, disbelief washing over him as he glanced down. The next moment, his face changed completely. He didn't dare question the elders and could only look at me, the softest-hearted one. Jin, did you two plan this all along? Otherwise, why rush to get engaged today? I naturally denied it. Your Highness, you're overthinking. Ayao and I have been in love with the 2 young masters for a while, and our families had already been considering an engagement. We were originally willing to let go of this relationship for you, but that day you said anyone was fine, so we made our choice again. I paused for a moment, pretending to understand, and said, It's okay. Both the Kui and Zhang families are loyal and patriotic. If Your Highness insists on breaking off our engagement, then just consider it as a way of making amends to Duke Qin. Mentioning Duke Qin's name, Pei Yunhei's arrogance took a big hit. Though he was so angry he gritted his teeth, he had no choice but to swallow his pride. He clenched his fists until his knuckles turned white, and after a long moment, he managed to calm down. Since that's the case, I won't push it. She trembled as she pointed at Jiang Ningyi and Kui Luo Wan, trying to sound calm. They're both fine. As long as they behave, I won't treat them unfairly. I pretended to warn the 2 sisters a bit, but inside I couldn't help but smirk. These 2 troublemakers at home. How could they possibly behave once they get to the Eastern Palace? When sending them off, Pei Yunhei held Liu Mengyun's hand as they walked ahead. The 2 younger sisters were right behind, their eyes blazing with fire. Seeing this, I whispered a warning. You 2, remember, don't get too full of yourselves. The Crown Prince loves Lady Liu way more than you think, and definitely favors her. If you 2 push too hard, you'll just piss him off, and in the end, you might not even make it out alive. So don't rush, find a slow and steady way. Only then did the 2 younger sisters calm down. Zhang Ning sneered. Don't worry. We might not be as knowledgeable or broad-minded as you, but when it comes to scheming and playing tricks, we're way better. I smiled calmly and said, well, I wish you all the best. If you run into any trouble, don't hesitate to come to us. As long as it doesn't drag the family into it, your sisters will do their best to help. Kui Luoyao didn't even look at her sister, but still gave a grunt of agreement. Zhang Ningyi and Kui Luowan suddenly felt a bit guilty and said in unison, Sis. Sorry. I shook my head. No need to apologize, we're sisters. No matter what happens, we're all in the same boat. Take good care of yourself. Don't make us worry. Watching them walk away, Kui Luoyao sighed. Ajin, you're way too soft-hearted. Haven't you forgotten how those two treated us before? I smiled calmly. I haven't forgotten, but their honor and disgrace affect the whole family. We have to do the proper face-saving stuff. Only then did Kui Luoyao nod. I wasn't sure if those two would actually pull it off, but honestly, I was kind of looking forward to it. As I was pulling him back, I kept saying, no rush, the struggle in the harem doesn't get settled overnight. Let's just take it slow and see. Sure enough, after a year and a half of waiting, we finally got some good news that lifted everyone's spirits. 2 months ago, Pei Yunhei took 3 concubines with him to Mount Tai to perform a heaven worship ceremony. Suddenly, a group of traitors who once helped capture the enemy jumped out, aiming to kill Pei Yunhei. In the fierce fight, Zhang Ningyi and Kui Luowan risked their lives to protect Pei Yunhei. Zhang Ningyi got an arrow in his chest and nearly died, while Kui Luoyao had her wrist tendons slashed. She survived but could never lift heavy things again. As for Pei Yunhei's beloved Liu Mengyun, she hid away in a cave until the danger passed, only then coming out to check on Pei Yunhei. That instantly broke Pei Yunhei's heart, and from then on, he never set foot in Liu Mengyun's room again. Their relationship had cooled off quite a bit. Zhang Ningyi told me this when he came home to visit after recovering from his injury. Seeing how proud he looked, I couldn't help but laugh and ask, You guys hired thieves to spy, right? Zhang Ningyi was a bit surprised, then awkwardly scratched his head and smiled. You're sharp, sis. Yeah, I paid a lot to hire some mountain bandits to pretend. I've known the truth for a while. I asked again. From what I know, Liu Mengyun truly loves the prince. The crown prince wouldn't just ignore the danger, so the story about him hiding in a cave is definitely fake. Zhang Ning gave a thumbs up and said, Right, those trained assassins tied up Liu Mengyun, eh? Liu Mengyun tried hard to explain, but without any proof, the crown prince naturally didn't believe him and even called him a Monday morning quarterback. Hearing all this, I just felt relieved. After all, evil people need to be dealt with by someone just as ruthless. Kui Luoyao and I really aren't as good as the 2 younger sisters. So, what are you planning to do next? Jiang Ning stroked the little lady's hand, naturally wanting to push her to the edge. Kui Luowan and I bribed the imperial physician to spread fake news about a pregnancy. We also had palace maids drop hints that the crown prince intended to make Zheng Fei the official consort, so the child could be born legitimate. If she loses her cool, we can fake a miscarriage and accuse her of poisoning the dragon temple. By then, even if the crown prince wants to protect him, he won't be able to. I didn't say much, just calmly reminded him to stay safe. Ningyi nodded gratefully. After thinking for a while, he asked me, Sis, once we deal with Liu Mengyun, I want to go for the crown princess position. What do you think? I had already guessed his thoughts. It wasn't just him. I also knew Kui Luowan was thinking the same thing. After all, ambition and greed are just in their nature. It's hard to catch them on it. But neither Kui Luoyao nor I care. As long as Liu Mengyun is gone, Pei Yunhei won't be biased anymore. He'll treat Zhang Ningyi and Kui Luowan fairly, just like he did with me and Kui Luoyao in the past. No matter how they fight, Pei Yunhei will turn a blind eye for the sake of the power of the Pei and Kui families. No matter who wins or loses, he won't go easy on either of our families. So I didn't stop him. Instead, I warned. Ayi, I'm close with Kui Luoyao. If you really want to go up against Kui Luowan, I won't stand in your way, but I won't help you either. Think it through yourself. Zhang Ningyi nodded eagerly. All right, sis, don't worry. My fight with Kui Luowan is between us. I won't drag you or the Zhang family into it. After seeing Zhang Ningyi off, Kui Luoyao came to find me. As expected, Kui Luowan told him the same thing. Ajin, you really are ahead of the game, reminding me in advance not to stop them and just let them be. But I don't get it. Wouldn't it be better if we could talk them out of fighting? I shook my head and said, First, you just can't reason with ambitious people. Second, if we don't let those two cause chaos, how would Pei Yunhei ever think kindly of us? One afternoon, about a month later, Kui Luoyao and I were sitting in the yard enjoying the breeze when my husband, who had just returned from the summer court, brought some news. After Liu Mingyun went to visit Jiang Ning's righteous and kind Kui Luowan, the two of them had consecutive miscarriages. The imperial doctor found abortion drugs in the food she sent. Pei Yunhei, still holding onto old feelings, couldn't help but want to protect her. But the emperor, furious over losing Long Sai, harshly deposed her and threw her into the prison. Early this morning, he whipped her with a white silk strip, forcing Liu Mingyun to apologize herself. Although Pei Yunhei had grown distant from her, he still wept uncontrollably after her death and didn't even attend the morning court. Hearing all this, I couldn't help but sigh. Prince Dao truly had her deep in his heart. Kuei Luoyao couldn't help but feel excited and laughed. So what if it's weighing on my mind? It's still the two courts of yin and yang. I want to see how the crown prince will spend the rest of his life. The longer it goes on, the more I'm at peace with it, and the less interested I am in Pei Yunhei. Just a heads up, Ayao, don't just sit around waiting for drama. When you go back, tell the general that from today on, our two families need to interact more, especially at the East Palace's central hall. Later, if Ningyi and Kui Luowan cause trouble, His Majesty will just think it's their personal grudge and won't suspect the families are stirring things up behind the scenes. Sure enough, the fight between Jiang Ningyi and Kui Luowan was getting more and more obvious. Luckily, I was prepared in advance, so no one suspected that it was a power struggle between the Jiang and Kui families. The two were at each other's throats. It was only a year later that I found out because Pei Yunhei came to see me and Kui Luoyao. We hadn't seen each other in a long time, and she looked really worn out, so young, yet a few gray hairs had already sprouted. She hesitated before finally explaining why she came. Ajin, Ayao, please help me talk some sense into your sister. The two of them are now at odds over the position of crown princess and absolutely can't stand each other. My aunt has to listen to their complaints every day. It's really overwhelming. I calmly replied, "We've heard about your highness's situation and have already tried to advise, but since they're of higher status than us, they don't listen, and we can't blame them either. So please understand that we're powerless here." Kui Luoyao linked her arm with mine and added, "Yes, your highness. We want to help ease your burden, but the struggles in the inner palace are family matters, and royal family matters at that. We wouldn't dare interfere too much." Pei Yunhei knew what we said made sense. Though disappointed, there wasn't really a reason to force it. He shook his head with a bitter smile and said, "I wish I had made things clear from the start. If you two had married in, maybe we could have all gotten along peacefully. It wouldn't have been such a mess." I replied calmly, "Not necessarily. If we two had married in, maybe there'd be other problems. So, your highness chose this path yourself. You'll have to go back alone and make the best of life with them." Pei Yunhei looked at me steadily, his brows slightly furrowed. "Ajin, I've always felt like you two are hiding something from me." I shook my head to deny it. "Your highness, you're overthinking. We're just realistic. We know some things can't be forced." Seeing that I was calm, Pei Yunhei sighed. "Ajin, I really think you're the one best suited to be my wife. If I could do it all over again, I'd definitely choose you as my main wife. No hesitation." I smiled and said, "Your highness, there's everything in this world except if. But even if there was, I still wouldn't choose you." Pei Yunhei's eyes flickered with pain as he bitterly said, "I thought you couldn't live without me. Looks like I overestimated myself. I'm resigned." From then on, I never saw Pei Yunhei again. Even at palace banquets, I made sure to avoid him because I believed that once something's over, it should be completely over. Later, the emperor passed away, and Pei Yunhei took the throne. To be fair to everyone, Pei Yunhei didn't favor one consort over the other. Instead, he gave Jiang Ningyi and Kui Luowan equal status, making both the Shufei and Defei consorts. Neither of them was happy with this. They fought over the position of empress their whole lives, even causing Pei Yunhei to have no heirs. But since they both had powerful backing from the prime ministers' and generals' families, Pei Yunhei had no choice but to turn a blind eye. That's how he got stuck in endless trouble, never finding peace in his life, a kind of atonement for the choices he once made.